Hello there, as you saw from the title, today I'm going to share with you my top 5 favorite Sega Genesis games that I own. As a disclaimer, this is solely my opinion, and you might not like or agree with my picks. But who cares? This is the internet. You can go make your own top 5 favorite Sega Genesis games video. I don't have the biggest collection of Genesis games, so my choices were limited. As a kid growing up in the 90s, I seemed to rent more games than own them. Plus, when I was a little kid, I didn't play on the Genesis as much as I did later consoles when I was older. I played outside and used my imagination. I think that's kind of lost nowadays with this current generation. Anyway, let's get to it. Starting at number 5 is Sonic the Hedgehog Spinball. Now, I realize there's probably mixed feelings about this game. It's not your typical Sonic game, being it was a 2D pinball game where the mission was to attack the Vigo Fortress, fighting upwards through the pinball defense system, annihilating Dr. Robotnik's, not Eggman's, evil machine. This is done by the player using flippers to aim Sonic and firing him upward through different pinball games, collecting the Chaos Emeralds in each stage. As a kid, I remember playing this game more than most of the others I had. It was the first Sonic game I played and owned. I mean, I was already familiar with Sonic, watching the animated series and seeing the other games. It would be later when I got a chance to play them. This was my introduction to the Sonic series, and maybe it wasn't the best way to start, but the bright looking graphics and music kept my attention. Sadly, I only ever heard the opening theme and first level music tracks, but boy, were they pretty killer. It was only recently that I heard the rest of the game's soundtrack due to the making of this video. It was a difficult game, and even today, as an adult playing it on emulator, I still have trouble beating the first level. The visual of Sonic being eaten by that mechanical dragon still haunts my nightmares. And number 4 is Animaniacs. I loved the 90s animated show, and as a kid I thought the game played like an episode of the series. So many characters from the show make an appearance, such as Dr. Scratch-and-Sniff, the Little Nurse, the Good Feathers, Hip Hippos, Ralph the Security Guard, and of course my favorite, Pinky and the Brain. I had fun running around as the Warner Brothers and the Warner sister, Yakko, Wacko, and Dot, collecting movie props for the hip-hop culture shop. Each has special talents. Yakko moves boxes and plays paddleball. Wacko smashes things with his mallet. Dot charms people with a kiss. It's funny how the stages were parodies of different movies, like Indiana Jones and Star Wars. Some of the humor might have gone over my head at the time. You have Space Trucking, a sci-fi themed stage where you have to get Dumbwaiter's helmet from Space Wars. The Scream or Not to Scream, a horror themed stage where you have to get Janice's mask from Blood Mask Part 32. Remember the a la mode Western themed stage where you have to collect Jethro Anderson's sheriff badge from Singham Low, Angham High, and Bungo in the Jungle, a jungle themed stage where you have to get Dirk Wugged's hat from the Adventures of Dirk Wugged 7. You either want to be at though in that stage. The humor was the best part of the game, and I enjoyed exploring the stages, collecting stars, and seeing the range of show characters make appearances. I never beat the game as a kid, but I remember getting a lot further than I did in Sonic Spinball. For the record though, I wasn't that great at video games back then. The force wasn't with me. Number 3 is the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie. I grew up during the Power Ranger craze, and I was the target audience. I had the action figures. Whatcha, yeah, huh? The books. And of course, the Power Morpher. It's Morphin' time! I saw the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie, in theaters, and of course I loved it. So I was really excited when I got the game as a present. You and a friend get to play as any of the 6 Power Rangers: Billy, Aisha, Rocky, Tommy, Kimberly, and Adam, in a side-scrolling arcade beat-em up, following the events of the movie as well as the TV show. Being a movie tie-in game, though, I found it odd that they included parts of the TV show for the game, instead of just focusing on the film. I didn't even remember them doing this until I recently went back and played the game. It was cool to get to play as Trini, Jason, and Zack, the original Yellow, Red, and Black Ranger in later stages. As a kid, though, just being able to be one of the Power Rangers was incredible. Being able to put on the suit and punch and kick and use Ranger weapons on enemies from both the movie and TV show. Plus, you get to operate colossal Zords and have epic kaiju-style battles. It was nothing amazing when it came to gameplay, but it was an easy game to pick up and play. I always liked to play side-scrolling fighters like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and The Simpsons arcade games growing up, so being able to play another like it at home was also my thrill as a kid. And of course, I can't forget to talk about the opening theme music, and what a headbanger it was. Number 2 is Vector Man. It was Christmas of '96, and I got my first console system, the Sega Genesis, and there's this game that came with it called Vector Man. It was the first game that I ever owned. I still hold it in high regard today. I had to refresh myself on the story. It takes place in a dystopia future where Earth has become a giant land full of junk, and humans have gone up into space, leaving Orbots to clean up the mess they left. However, one big bad Orbot is accidentally created called Warhead and decides to rule the planet, terrorizing all humans who return. You play as one of the cleaning Orbots called Vector Man, who is determined to defeat Warhead and save the Earth. I think Disney stole this plot for Wall-E. Just saying. The game is a platform shooter where Vector Man can morph into things like a drill, a buggy, and even a fish. I thought the game was really fun. It was fast paced. Vector Man himself was a cool but funny character. I loved shooting the floating television monitors and jumping around collecting those white shiny orbs. I hated those flying beetles though. They always seemed to kill me. The first stage boss was memorable to me. The huge cargo plane that you had to shoot down while dodging the bombs it drops. I was so thrilled when I finally blew it up. The game will always have a special place in my heart. Finally, at number 1 is True Lies. This is another movie tie-in game following the story of Special Agent Harry Tasker and him stopping a group of bad guys. It's a one-and-gun action game, taking you through scenes from the movie. Pick up weapons like pistols, machine guns, grenades, and shotguns to shoot at the bad guys. This one is especially close to my heart because I would sit and play it with my dad. I might have been a little young to play it, but I had parental supervision. We would switch off playing it, and neither one of us could ever get past the mall bathroom stage. It became an inside joke that we could never get out of the bathroom. I enjoyed the 2D graphics, and my favorite stage was the mall stage, going up and down escalators and seeing the different stores like Everybody Loves Shring, Wad in a Dish, and Higher Goon. I don't know who would be shopping at those stores, but hey, each their own. I always liked going to the mall as a kid, and for the time I thought this was a cool location. Replaying it now just brings back memories of malls in the '90s with the overall aesthetic. I also enjoyed the gameplay and being able to switch weapons to kill the bad guys. I feel like it still holds up today. However, I think I simply made this my number 1 pick because of the fond memories I had playing it with my dad in my parents' bedroom on a 13-inch tube TV. So those are my top 5 favorite Sega Genesis games that I own. What are your favorite Sega Genesis games? Please leave them down in the comments below. Thanks for watching.